Right, welcome back up into the loft. You are not in the wrong video. We are still doing the extension, but the time has come, the walrus said, to speak of many things. We are going to be cutting out the hatch here to get through to the other room, and the easiest way to do that is from the inside here. So we've got the knife and scalpel, we've got the recip saw, the tank is still in the way, which is a pain in the backside, but we can and will get through this to get through into the opening, and what that will allow me to do is then see exactly where the slope of the roof is for the light tunnel and how much the door is going to impact on that light tunnel and where it's all going to be. The priority is the light tunnel rather than the entrance, but the entrance is still important because I need to obviously get in there to store boxes and stuff. You can see the way I deliberately put this strut. I doubled this up, this rafter here, and I doubled up each of these on the side here so they've got extra strength. So we've got a nice big opening here. I'm now going to cut this from the inside using the multi-cutter, which will then give me access to the render carrier board from the other side, and then that will punch through with the recip saw. This explains why I doubled up these battens, because I knew that I was going to have to cut some of them out. So if I cut through half of this and there was only one batten here, there'd only be half a batten holding the rest of the cement board. But because there are two, you know, I'm cutting a lot of this batten away. I know there's another one right next to it supporting the weight, so it doesn't matter. The same with this here. That's most helpful when you're only using a 38mm batten. These are 38mm by kind of 25 or 38 by 19. If you're using a 50mm batten, it's not quite so crucial, but it's still quite nice if you've got a 38mm batten. Like a 50mm batten like this, you know, covers a lot of that gap. But with two narrower battens, just double them up. It will save you a ton of time. I actually think this is going to be easier from the outside.
I think you're right.
But I just don't know how to get, now that we've nailed all that flooring down, how do we get the extension lead in? Through the window. No. We can go through the window in the bathroom.
Through the window and then just up.
Yeah. Because then the blade can run flush up against here. I can't get the thing, I can't get it in because of that.
Yeah.
Even if, unless, so that's struggling there. What if I do there now because it's sitting? I might be able to get a little bit closer.
Is it worth just doing the corners and stuff so you know where they are?
I've done all the corners, yeah. Might be able to get that. This end just pushing me out.
Yeah.
Alright, I've done the corners. Let's bring that so we've got that as a template. And we'll go from the outside. So this is a bit of a touch actually. The hatch is over on this side and I'll hinge it up over here. The light tunnel's going to be here, coming down to that point there. So that's actually really good. Two different methods now that we can use. We can either use Gandalf's yellow stick, or we could hold that up, stick it on and draw around it. So either two methods to find the same result. Hey. Hello. Oh, that is such a win. Oh. So I always knew that this wall was going to be temporary, which is fine, and now we've got our hatch into there, and I can put this back on. It fits nicely. But this is a point. This is something which I didn't do when I first did this, and I'm going to obviously make as an amendment for this outside wall here. I did not use stainless steel screws, and these have rusted, and it's only been on here a year. Now the risk is that that rust then starts to show through on the outside of the K-rend. Obviously in this wall it doesn't matter, it's all internal, no one's ever going to see it, so it's not actually a problem. But on the outside of the house it is a problem, so I will be buying stainless steel screws that don't rust. So that's just a little tip, just a little pointer when you're doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach some strips, bigger strips of wood down the sides here on the inside. I can screw those in this way, and that way it can sit more inside as a frame, and then I'll put a hinge on it as well somehow, so that I can I've got this bit of timber here actually, so I can hinge it on that. I can put a leading edge on this here, and it will hinge open in that way there. It won't be especially heavy, but by putting slightly deeper timbers, almost basically like a 2x4 timber here, I can then hold the insulation, and I can then put the OSB back on the inside, and this will then be an insulated door.